Great evening to everybody. If y'all can hear me, press one. Sister Monica, you was trying to get on through the link, the other link that you trying to come on. Let me know. Hey, miss, how you doing? Everybody, I ain't see y'all and some of y'all in a while. How you doing? Yeah, if y'all can hear me, press one. I ain't see you in a long time. Thank you so much. I ain't see you in a while. I thought you was a mod in this motherfucker. So shout out to you. We gonna be had you as a mom. I thought I had you on the mom, miss. Shout out you two do me. Type something in the chat. Type something in the chat, Miss Nashville. I thought I had you as a mom. Scorpio Mama, thanks for coming as always. Thanks for support. 12 hours, 12 hours as always. Monica, if you still there, let me know. If you still trying to get on with that link, let me know. If you're still in the chat, Sister Monica, let me know. Welcome to my channel, the Underrated Doctors. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best cat seekers on social media. We are doing a long wait. I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for asking. I didn't see you in a while. Thank you. I'm all right. I'm cool. I'm all right. So, but welcome to this is a chop up long time coming, Sister Monica. Okay, you know what, Monica, stay right there. Stay right there. I'm gonna let the people know the link that I'm gonna put in. That's only gonna be for Monica. All right, just stay right there, Monica, Sister Monica. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and you just come up there. You can come through there like that. You can hit that link, Sister Monica. Come through. Wait till Sister Monica come through in the panel. Welcome. Hit the like button. Come on, hit the like hit the likes, man. Hit the like, share this out. This gonna be epic. This gonna be epic. And trust me, Sister Monica gonna ask me questions about me too. All right. So welcome. We're gonna wait till she come through, and then after that, we gonna get this cracking. Thanks for coming, y'all. Again, I really appreciate that. Let me get these announcements out the way before we start. To my underrated one family, y'all know who you are. My day ones and the ones along the way. Thank you so much. Out to years, and hold on, stay right there. I'm gonna remove this motherfucker. Bang. Um. So welcome. Thank y'all. I make my announcement, so I'm gonna make sure Sister Monica is right here. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I just hear you twice.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna abbreviate the announcements quick. To my underrated one family, like my day one, Monica, 12 Vows, Sister Natalie, you know what I'm saying? For my day ones along the way, thank you so much for always the support. And I'm gonna say something to Monica when I can finish that before, well, and then after you're gonna get to the chopper. Um my but No Duck Song family, Brother Clarence McLean and his wife and the rest of the brothers and sisters of the movement. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all so much. To my LDBC fam, stands for Lions Den Box Community, also basketball community. On the one and only Brother 78 Sports TV. Shout out to you and the rest of the brothers and sisters. I've been rolling with them throughout the years. I'm still rolling with them now. Now, before I get to Monica, and I gotta say before we got this, there was even at times that I didn't even want to do no social media. She was one beside 12 Val. She's one of the sisters that stuck with me throughout the years. That just said, nah, I need you. You did that masculinity. I need to see this masculinity. I said, Manga, I can't. These women don't want me. These men don't. No. I need you. We no. And I just want to thank you for that, Monica, because that means a lot to me. And so, people see. That's why I said when I have said I had an underrated one family. My family is real. Some of y'all fail to understand that. I had picked people in my life, not just social media, but outside of life. So it could be there. And I just want to thank you for that. And we've been wrong, Monica. I've wrong Monica. Yeah. Anybody talk to them about Monica, I'm coming for your head. 12 hours, any black woman, I'm coming for your head. I don't care if you're black, a man or woman, I'm coming. I'm coming. So I just want to thank you for that, sister. A lot.
Well, thank you for having me and thank you for those kind words. Hold on. I still got a feedback. Hold on. Let me see. Are we good?
We're good.
Okay. Sometimes we need people to believe in us when we don't believe in ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I met you at a different time on this free app, and you represent something it's not actively visible, but you definitely encompass what a man should be. And at the end of the day, because it's lacking, it's always good to know that I did meet somebody along my journey who has those qualities. So thank you for being you.
Gotta be it. Nah, but so I just want people before we continue. Me and Mark have a history. It's very rare in this space. Just like I have a history with 12 hours. Very rare. And so I just want to thank. Now Monica, she gonna ask questions about me now. So just I ask you, we go interact. Yes.
I gotta go get something. I forgot I was supposed to have something for you. Hold on, I'll be right back. Just gotta go get something.
Okay.
Wait till you see it. You're gonna be like, this girl is crazy.
Okay, I'll wait.
All right, hold on a second.
All right. But thank y'all. And Sister Naturally, I know her for a minute too. But she always been supportive of me. And I want to thank you too. There are women do support me throughout the years. So I want to announce that. And there's some good brothers have been support me throughout the years too. We got brother DS1, brother Ronnie, brother God Nollywood Jr. And I know when people said, I don't see your YouTube enough, Holly. I be on ta. I be on there. I be but y'all gonna hear more about it, but you don't say. But I just very appreciative, because you gotta stand the test of times.
Wait, I had to go get this just for you.
I'll be right back. There you go. Get out of here. Yeah.
Because you got to know where we from.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Monica. All right. Hey, we can do this. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
only
so
that.
we can be. I'm gonna see what we all on this piece. Yeah, you got jacket. Oh man.
You know this.
You got the jacket.
I got the jacket.
You got the jacket. No. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying.
It's some serious stuff around here.
It's serious. They don't know.
They
It's
don't
real
know.
serious.
They don't know.
Yo, she got the jacket. I'm trying to get the jacket. They didn't even have my side. Yo, we gotta talk offline. Got that jacket. I gotta get that jacket. Oh man, that's hot. That is hot. Let me explain something before we get together. When a woman wear some sports, she looks sexy in it. Looks sexy in it. Oh my fuck. You be like, y'all see when you're in your masculinity, you understand. When your man got a broken hand, you don't understand that. Only man, straight man. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta behave myself, you know. You know. What's up? One SP? That's more. That's one number one. It's my number one. Day 1, 2. Now, Sister Monica. Again, thank you. You gonna ask a question about me too?
Yes, I am.
All right. It's Chopper, and this is long time. And this is long time coming, y'all. You know, and so, I just want to say, and I just want to thank you. I ain't gonna say you originally you're from New York. Oh,
I
no doubt
am.
about that. Always rep New York. And
Southside Jamaica, Queens. Let's
no
make
doubt. So shout out to the J. I was gonna say Jamaica, but you mean that Southside Jamaica. And and I just want to ask you some things that you always talking about teaching.
Hmm.
I noticed that. I'm gonna get to the law stuff a little later on.
Okay.
But you're always talking about teaching. Well, how'd that come about?
Um, well, initially when I got out of high school, I went to BMCC I attended BMCC um and early childhood development was where I went. So I wanted to be like a kindergarten teacher or maybe a daycare provider or something along that lines of things. You know, my mother was a foster mother, so she had a bunch of kids. I was always, like working with young folks. And then I had my young folks, and I was like, wait a minute. I like kids, but I don't like their parents. So I got out of that quickly.
Oh, got you. Now you said foster parents. Can you elaborate on that? Oh, you don't have to. I'm just.
Oh well, she was my mother was a foster mother. She took in kids um for payment because it's a job. Um,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that was how she earned her living. She was may she rest in peace. But my mother was she was from Puerto Rico, so she was here in New York. Came up in Spanish Harlem. She was also one of those people that didn't speak English as well, but she had a passion for her siblings. She came from a large family of siblings that she took care of. So um, there came a point in time where she didn't have children yet. I wasn't born yet. And somebody at her job, a woman had got pregnant by the owner of the factory that she worked in. So she was a seamstress. And my mother was given a child. And when she had that child, after a couple years of having her, then I came along, and then my little sister came along. And when she started putting um, people into school, she needed to make her legitimate. So she had to go through the system in order to in order to keep her. So I don't think I ever brought that story on the YouTube, but that's my origins. So that's why, my mom was all about the kids, and when they when they put that child in the system, then they gave her other children, and it became a business for her, and she became, it became something that she did, that she enjoyed, and kids liked it, and the agency liked her, and there were times when it was 9 of us in the household because she had about 6 or 7 foster kids. So that's just what it is.
Okay, cool. Brothers and sisters, are you in contact with them?
Which ones? So let's put it like this. Um, any foster kid that was in our home that has seen me as an adult, they stay in contact with me. The one that was older than me, I don't really deal with her. I don't have any interaction with her, but it's just because I don't know where they are. But all of the younger ones, my mother did adopt. She did adopt one that was she did adopt one that came to us at 6 months. So that's like my little sister, and she is always around me. So she goes wherever I go. So she's like one of my kids. So yeah, but throughout the years, like like when kids reach back out, they will come back and they'll be like, "Oh, I ran into Monica, this and that." I've moved around and moved away, so it's been a little bit difficult. But it's it when you had a home where there was like, if there's 9 of you at a time and it's an open door where kids go back and forth and here and there, uh, you lose contact. But I remember I used to have like a list of all the kids, and then it was diverse. We had white kids, we had black kids, we had Puerto Rican kids, we had some of my own cousins came through the
Hmm.
system, came through our household, right? So it was just a place.
Cool. Any male figures in your life? Father, brothers?
Well, my father was with us until 20. So both of my parents passed away in 2021 while I was long on this YouTube. Um, my dad passed away last, and if you knew anything about me, you knew I love my dad to pieces.
Yes.
I love me some of my dad. So I got to take care of him until he took his last breath. I got to see my mother during COVID take her last breath. So I just want to say, like I was blessed and fortunate enough to see the people that brought me into this world. I got to see them when they left this world. And even when I wasn't like 100% happy with the way they treated me, I will
Right.
always say that I got to come to terms with our departure, and when I see them again, it's gonna be woo woo.
Yeah.
I
Got
did
you.
the damn thing as a daughter. I took care of mine.
Right. Exactly. Now, college. You say you went to college, right? So that means you did paralegal, right? That's
Yes,
your okay.
yes, I did.
What you go a little bit about?
What about college?
Yeah, when because you did the teaching, you say you got tired of it because the parents. Now we're gonna skip all around it. Then how you got into paralegal?
So when I went to, well, I always been into legal. Also, I mean, I went to August Martin. I have a little history. It, Anybody really from New York around here? So I am a satellite graduate, but just be mindful. I was skipped. I skipped seven. So I did seventh grade. I skipped eighth grade. I went to ninth grade. I
Hmm.
attended August Martin for 10th grade, was transferred to Forest Hills High School for 11th grade and 12th grade. And then it came time to like finish out, and I wanted a Regents diploma. So you had to be from this era to understand this. I
Yep.
wanted this Regents diploma, and I was missing one category to get a Regents diploma. Y'all not gonna believe what it was. A foreign language. So yes, because I was exempt from taking Spanish because my mother was Puerto Rican, and when I first entered the school system, I was put in bilingual classes. Don't ask me why I don't speak Spanish today, but I was put in bilingual classes, and then I was put back. So, make a long story short, I finished out in satellite so that I could take the Regents, but I had to take like Spanish 1, 2, and 3 all in one semester so that I could sit for the Regents and get out. But I was out of high school since I was 17.
Okay, speed it up here. I
So
noticed that.
everything I did in high school, I went to August Martin for law. I went to I went to I went to August Martin for law. I transferred into Forest Hills to be in their law program. I was on a debate team. I did a lot. I was a big movement when I was, young. I was there. I did the damn thing.
You sure did. It showed for YouTube. That's why nobody don't want to debate you. And now they like you scared. Now,
Well, it's not they don't want to debate me. It's
no,
they don't
huh? They don't want to do with you.
they don't have good arguments for their points.
That's a good point. Before we get back to the chop up, there's one time, Monica, Monica, I used to cook, and I used to have conversations, and so Monica was one of the few when I first started had joined it. I got to bring this up. It was one time they were talking about law, and it was this brother from Africa, right? And he know the guy. It was something to do with papers, if you remember. Censorship. And I was saying that Utah paralegal, that up her alley. I don't think that you want to play with that. So she said, JT, don't say nothing. I said, look, she a paralegal. She knows different things about laws and stuff like that. I don't think you should touch that. So what I did, make a long story short, I'm gonna get my dessert. My uncle, you could just poor thing, let man laugh.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you it's on my channel. I'm giving you facts. Sometimes in life, there's nothing wrong to learn. Sometimes you gotta shut the trap sometimes and learn. So in case you be in that position, you know what to do. He's I don't nothing. And this US said, and this I'm like, this no mother. I said, no, don't do it. No, please. No, I got this. No. I just want to get that off right there. Now, because I want to be respectable. I'm waiting for you to ask me some questions too. I know I feel it in my spine that you.
We didn't get to the other part because
Okay.
I think your questions for me really start like when it came down to like the boxing and all that stuff. Like that's the intriguing part.
Or how I got into boxing.
Yeah, how you got into boxing, what it was like, But we'll come into that when we get to it because I don't
You
hear
can
you.
ask right now if you want. No, make a difference.
I don't hear you speak on it too much these days.
Well. All right. I always had love. My favorite sport is basketball. Always gonna be my favorite sport. But I always love boxing because I used to watch boxing with my late father. So I had some knowledge of it. I used to talk boxing even when I first started this channel, but I never really started them because everybody acting want me to be around it. And so a few years later, that's when people know about Clarence McClain. Now people know about Clarence McClain. He be coming to my channel. So I met him through some other brothers that I no longer know with, and so we still had this kind. Also, Tony Claims from New York City too. He from he lives in the New York City area, and so we kept in contact. And I think on my record, I interviewed a bantamweight champion back in the 80s. I also interviewed a ring announcer. Now the ring announcer I believe was on my secondary channel, but I'm saying that why I don't do boxing no because when I'm trying to be part of these boxing conversations, they looked at me, oh, it's a click like, but me and Clarence McLean, he talks about boxing. So sometimes on his channel, when we talk about old school boxing, he brings me on and stuff like that. So I keep it fresh. I do have an underrated boxing talk on this channel. The next one should be 100, I think 99, I think. So yeah, so I'm moving to I started it. So sooner or later, I'm gonna be talking about boxing a little more. And women, I want you to come by, because I think you know about a little about boxing, Monica, right?
Well, here in New York, right, we had in Southside, we had Vic Hanson's boxing. They put one in Rochdale in honor of him. But it was an avenue for a lot of young men doing, it all depends on what era of time you're talking about. Like I'm a 70s, I was born in the 70s, raised, I guess, between 80 and 90, like depending on which year you want to play. So those were our safe havens, like the boxing, track, like those were the activities that kept us safe. Basketball became like the kids of the 90s, way out. But double dutch. I come from that era. Like
I'm part
girls jump double dutch.
I'm a 60. I'm a mid 60 baby, so I know exactly what you're talking. When you talking about that, I was a teenager at the time. Double dutch, kickball, play scally, Jack, yeah, Chinese handball, yeah. I get so we kind of like I don't know. You born like 72, right?
Yep.
So dang, that's like about 5 years. That ain't no difference.
I know. I didn't do drugs. I don't drink. So
I wasn't good at it.
I just get to live my best life. It comes out, and I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. So I think all of that combination just keeps me covered.
Now, the other question I want to ask you. You always talk about your ex-husband who passed away, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm. I take him as a husband. He didn't quite make that level. He didn't put a ring on it, but yeah.
But that was your other half.
That was my other half.
Okay, cool. So, I know.
Wait a minute. Would he have seen me as his half? I don't know how. I don't know. He was my everything.
Okay. Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna leave it as that thing. That was your everything. We're gonna leave it at that. How many kids do you have? I totally forget.
2.
2. Okay. Whew, I was gonna say no, I was gonna stick to 2. Let's stick to 2. How many? That's right, you do have 2. God, that's how long I knew they was little. That's how long
I have 2 adults.
Dang! Hold up. No. Before, no. Let me straighten my head up. I mean, I know you that they was little when I.
Nah, I came here. They was already adults. Because we only been here since 2008.
Boom.
No, 2018. I'm about to put 10 years on it. I said 2008, 2018.
That's how long we know each other?
I don't know. Did we know each other in another life? I don't know.
I
But you know
thought,
what? I
well,
feel like I've known you forever. So I guess
yeah,
that's what it is.
I think we know each other little earlier than that.
17. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I have two. I have a son and I have a daughter. I got one more year, my son will be home. And
Congrats, yeah.
yeah, because for those of you who don't know, I have a son doing time. We were doing 15 years. We almost over that. So,
That's cool. That's all right.
you
To
know.
anybody that come home, the community, it's gonna be hard. You tell him, brother to brother, I want him to do better, want him to do well, and brother to
Yeah,
brother.
we got some plans. I mean, we got some big plans in motion. Um, and that's it. And then I got my daughter, and her grown behind still live with me, and I've been on this internet and I gotta hear people talk about, oh, why your daughter still living with you? Oh my goodness, your daughter. My daughter lives with me because when I grew up, a man is supposed to take a woman into his. Until that day happens, she'll be here with her mama, and that's just it. See, when I left being grown and doing all the things that I did at the times when I did things, those were age appropriate. I wish somebody could have protected my innocence or preserved me or whatever. But I will tell folks that when Cheek died, the first thing my dad said to me as I was doing funerals and getting all out there to put him to rest, he was saying to me, come back home. And there's been critical points in my life that my dad would say, come back home, because he just kept his daughters near. So I keep my child near until, the day comes. It probably coming soon, but that day comes.
I ain't gonna touch that one. I ain't gonna
Well, no, it's like you just don't want I want people to respect mine because I'm coming hard for mine. But my daughter, she's been dating the same person for 10 years now. They've been dating since 2014. In a couple more days, it'll be 11 years. So they a power couple. It's just young people see things different than the way we see things.
that is true. Well, another question I'm gonna ask you that I don't see you. I feel like what I see. We know each other for a long time. I don't see. There's people say like, I know you hear this. Monica always argumentative. She always start trouble. Why is she into this and stuff like that? But my question, I'm not gonna say a question. What I see is a black woman, right? That had many layers. I think there's a black woman that you trying to come after me, I'm come after you. And I noticed that like throughout the years, right? That the ones who really come after you, I'm just going tell me if I'm right or wrong. Is this the broken hand man? I'm talking in codes. I gotta talk in codes. I can get broken hand man and women. And I want to know why those are the ones want to come after you. Even though you give them grace.
I think the reason why I've been under attack is because I do what comes natural to me.
Mhm.
And other people do, they trying to make this up as they go along. They trying to make up this wonderful person to project to people. I'm just living my real life. Like I'm just living who I am. And I think that is a challenge to other folks because it becomes either something that you want to try to take a dagger at to see if it's something that you can pierce and show it to be phony or fake or something that it really isn't. I mean, when I first came out here, I was ready to fight with anything and anybody, right? I was ready to put that work in, tell people just
Yeah.
where it's gonna go and stuff like that. And
Uh,
then I learned through time being on this platform is the same respect that I command on the street, right? You know, the kids call me Mama Guns, right? I ain't never held a gun. I ain't never been none of that. I was a power movement, you know. I was there. I was the PTA president. I was the person that worked in you know, bringing programs. When I lived in the projects, I was bringing programs to our community. I was running the tenant association. I was in, you know, I was always active in making sure that if there was a dollar that belonged to us, I was going to make them holler at it and give it to us, right? Because it's ours. We deserved it. So I was always advocating for folks. So I came on this platform, I didn't stop advocating for people. It's just that I found a new type of person out here. And it's something that you have to live and deal with differently. You can't treat it like you treat people that you meet on your day to day.
got you. Got you. Now, speed up here. Now, any question you want to ask me, feel free.
He said, any question you want to ask me, feel
Any
free.
question you want to ask, ask.
You know, you had some losses since we've been on this, some major
Yes.
losses in your family and stuff.
Yes.
As a man, how did you sort through those? Because there's other men around here, they have the same losses. Oh my goodness, not this dude. Not this dude. Pause. We got to take a pause moment. I just saw a video. I just watched a video where I was with Jack of Spades. You know he's old school.
What's going on?
You don't
Yeah, I remember.
remember him? Yeah. We ain't never been the same since Kobe Bryant passed away. Anyway, how did you deal? How did as a man? How did you come out of the darkness? No, I'm calling you out, Jack.
Let me see how that. It depends which deaths you talking about. If you, do you want me to go one by one or collectively?
Which one, boy? Which, because see, you're underrated darkness, and I've seen you in some of your dark points. You didn't just come up with this name out of nowhere. How did you get out of that? How did you come full circle? Because I've seen some of them. I've been around.
Well, I could tell you one by one, right? I can say my late father passed in 1989, right? Me and my father never really had the best relationship until the 80s come up, and we have a closer relationship, right? That hurt, and then I got to go back. That's a good question, Monica. No, I got to go back. I got to go back. My late mother's father, that's I call him Grandfather Wallace, right? He played an integral part of my life. He was like something like a player. You know, Papa was a Rolling Stone, but he was there. He always about his family. And then that was during the time like the relationship with my mother and him was like, but they stopped like get together, start going. So he put integral part, when that's when at the time I was a little boy, I was special ed. So he used to come up there, let him know, listen, so my grandson is gonna be problems. So he was that dude. Yo, I'm not just saying it just to saying that he was that dude beside my late father. And also, I'm talking about the Black Panthers. He was one of those, like, you know, I was a little soldier back then. I was like to sneak out the house and go up the block and see the Black Panther. I want to hear them. They used to, like, little soldiers to get, but he was the one, like, told my mom's, like, he different. He don't like things happen. So he passed away in 72. I believe July 72. My birthday was June. So that hurt, right? That's a good moment. You know what I'm saying? So my father's father, I call him Grandfather Thomas, right? He came from down south. And at that time, they had a strange relationship, but my father and him got closer too. And he passed away of 74. That hurt it too because he played an integral part too. He was one of those, like, down south, he know about, he seen crosses. He see black people getting cooked. All right. He's one of those, like, I do anybody not my color, I do them. That's how he was. Right? This is what I'm saying. But as for me, right, by seeing that, my father, like, understand how I understand when I got grown, when I got older, I understand what my father was saying, because you have to nurture and stuff. But at the time, I was the youngest, but at the same time, I want that more smoke. Because, as a little boy, I started knowing the system. I want that smoke. I want it in my own way. I wanted that smoke because I see in special ed, right, how they treat us. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this, though, too. I'm not saying that the young black girls was not discriminated. I'm not saying that. They was discriminated. You know what I'm saying? But it was mostly young black boys. They try to play against each other. So it was that time he used to come to school with my father. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, I burned him now. You from my grandson. And so they see him, so other kids, my friends, right, see him as their grandfather. And he loves it. So it was like, I was like, when I come see my grandfather. Now, at the time, let me reemphasize again. Me and my father was never, I ain't gonna say we wasn't, he wasn't. I love my father, he picked me up like that. Like I said, it got better in the 80s, I'll be getting to that in a few minutes. But so when he left, right, 72, 74, two important men in my life that gone. So picture a person, a young black boy from Brooklyn, New York, right? Got Black Panther spirit. And especially, I'm from my parents are Jehovah's Witness, so I do believe in God and everything. I do. I believe in God, and I'm standing on that, right? But at the same time, I was getting my personal beliefs. I was getting my escape of the Black Panther Party. Africa, what's going on, global. That's why I was talking, right? But I do my own, but they always teach me, do your own investigation. So I said, go to the library. I said, they got to be them. And I'm going to tell you, especially at that time in the 70s, right? It wasn't that many men of us, right? But it was mostly feminist women and old hoagies, old racist men be giving us racist books like in the 1940s. This is you need to believe. I said, no, I ain't me. That's you. That's you doing. So when that gone, then I had to fifth myself. I'm not saying my father was not there. As a man, he was dead. Don't get me wrong, but the nourishing part, irony, it was not there till, right? So that's the, hey, sister Masona night, thanks for coming. And so speed it up right there, right? Then my great grandmother, my mother's side, 82, she passed. A borderline feminist. She was cool. She was a borderline feminist. Married a white guy. She passed away. I was like this, so okay. But I start love. I'm keeping the buck. See, that's what. So borderline feminist. It reminds me of the teachers I dealt with in special ed. They were borderline feminists. Some of them were feminists, and broke down hand. You remember that movie? Broke came out.
Not
Don't do
breaking
that.
the hands. Not
Come on, I'm
breaking
just
the
saying.
hands.
Come on, I'm keeping it buck. This is the system was feeding, especially special ed kids. Don't want to identify feminine or masculinity. I gotta deal with this because I'm around masculinity. I know feminine because most of my late mother's side family are women. So I know the difference. So pass along here, right? She passed 82, right? All right. My grandmother Gloria on my father's side, she passed away. That really hurt my father because throughout the years, when we, they start getting real close. And so it really hurt them. And that hurt me too, at the same time. Now at the time, now we're talking about my late younger brother. I think he was he born 79, I think. Yeah. Hey, Boogie. See you on the page. Yeah, Boogie in the house. So that he was a blessing because I became a big brother and he was born Down syndrome. So it was that time they was picking on him. And I told you I want that smart. I told my parents I would do fair time for him. Believe that. I go away so he can go. I never bring this up, but I got talking code. I heard somebody put a hand on them. I came, I went to Harlem, one of my peoples. Yo, I need that. Now I'm coming with you. Nah, I don't want you to do it. Nah, JT, we need you. You need you to fight against it. Nah, not my brother. Nah, I can't do that. I can't give you that. I need that. Well, I'm coming with you because I'm going to do the job because that's my little brother. So I seen them. So what's up? Matter of fact, I seen them around my grandmother's way in Brownsville, Brooklyn. My late grandmother. So what's up? Now at the time, my older brother was in some thing, no, he was getting that money. I'll put it like this: he was getting that money, and people were from way. I'm just saying that he was from no small town. He messed me like got clientele, got work. You know what I'm saying? Like clientele, all that, right? Now if I told him, I know something. I came in. What's up, homie? Nah, what up? Then some click in my head. And so one of the homies said, don't even worry about it, Jay. Just walk away from me. He dead walking anyway, dog. I said, oh yeah, let me explain this. My younger brother was named after my grandfather, Thomas. Because his first name was Lamar. Was named after him. My mother gave him that name. My mother, when my grandfather passed, right? My mother was very close, and it hurt her. It really hurt her. And so, thank you. And so after that, speed it up. For my father and stuff. Okay, I got married. I was married in 1995. Okay, I was married for almost 10 years. Okay, 96. That's when Grandma passed. And that's when that's going on a little after a year I was married, and so she told me, oh, Grandma passed. She know I didn't really have a good relationship with her, but I was there for my mom. So at that time, she was living with my mother. So I catered in for her and everything, like that. And then, we talk about 96, then 2002, I lost my great My great aunt Rosa. That's my grandma. She was good. She was always good. She was foxy. You know, you remind me a little bit. Oh, yo, with the money, with the style and all that. Yo, she be styling. Yo, let me tell you, the man. Let me tell y'all, I'm keeping the buck. And I never told nobody. Yo, Aunt Rosa had. We did with men. She did with men had money. They used to slide money in our pocket. Yeah, come here, man. Yeah, money. $100, $20. Don't tell you, pal. Money. When I was the youngest, he slimed. Oh, this is this guy named Billy. They were together for years. He used to slime me. The lowest he ever gave was like 200. No lie. And my parents said, "How you getting money? You spend that's all right and everything." I was getting money. I was like, yo, I was like, yeah, what? I was like, Dad, I was going to school, but be like this. They ain't even know. Put in the note, be like this. Get money, get that. Now they call it back and get that cheese. And so, but after that, so she passed in 2002. I'm think I'm gonna do a live about that, both of them, about that, about the money, right? And so, y'all, yo, JT, listen, JT, listen. I was poor, but you know, I was getting that cheese. I ain't had nothing. They said, no, you don't need to do none of that. We put money in the pocket. I said, all right. But anyway, then 2002, then speed up to like 2009. That's when I lost. That's when you talk about the dark time. That's when I lost my mother in the August, and then I lost my younger brother within a month and a half. He passed away November the 8th of the same year. That was the dark time because that's my mama. You know, so she been, you know, when people when actually people, especially want to give me up to want me, like, I'm not saying my father wasn't there. He was there. I'm not gonna say he was the fourth man. He did. But I'm talking about the mother. They were trying to tell me to put me away. Now you ain't putting you know, I'm not putting my son away. That's my baby. I witnessed that. Because at that time, how the system was, right? And that's why you notice, Mark, that's why I always tell people that when you talk about the PTA meetings, I tell them, listen to you, they do some underhanded stuff. You don't know how to read. They put the contract. Oh, yeah, we want you to sign that. You can keep them throughout the week. Come to find out you end up keeping them. And then when you end up keeping them, they give you drugs. They give the kid drugs. They make money off it and everything else. And you become their franchise. And I witnessed it, and I see. Let me tell you, I lost quite a few good best friends of that special ed. Died. Yeah. Until this day, nobody wants to speak about it. I know what happened to them. So picture the parent find out your child died. And then they have to witness that I did that. But my mother and father, I'm talking about my mom first. She said, "No, you ain't going." I said, "Mom, you know, as a little kid, you know, I was strong too. I was strong, but as a little kid, when you hear people say, 'Oh, I could put you away' and stuff like that, I was strong, but you know, my mom said, 'No, you ain't touching my son. You gotta kill me.'" So it was that time she took my hand. "Come on, baby, we gonna go to White Castles and stuff like that." My father was in the car. You know, he came out there with his dog on. I know you ain't touching my that. My father was a protector, so he was a protector.
Those were times, but you know, we grew up in a time where that's why, like, some of the people that I met here on this internet experience, I always ask them what year they was born in, because I feel like if they tell me they was born in 85, like, depending on what number they put on it, I can just tell what kind of life they struggled through and what it was about. So I give passes, but there was a system put in place that if it didn't separate folks, Like if it didn't separate families, especially the black families, the black and brown families,
Oh,
it was it was intended to keep us apart,
yeah.
right? Because
Mhm.
one of our biggest strengths though is that we are just we are meant to be with one another, right? So like when you got your family, you just know that you're meant to be with your family, right? No matter what, you'll find them no matter what it takes. But there's some people in some generations now that don't have that family structure. They don't understand what it means to be that interconnected, but some of us do. But there was an era where that was discouraged, and there were systems put in place to do anything to break those kind of bonds. But those bonds are innate bonds, and once you're built appropriately, then you can handle it. But drugs and the different things that they did to break down, um, I want to say that the black man or the black boy, the black child, and make him deficient wasn't, was just, you could see it. If you know, I mean, being in that foster care world that I was growing up in, I saw a lot of
Mhm.
kids come through our doors who were abused by their parents, right? Some were cigarettes extinguished on their bodies, or like it just they lived the worst atrocities that you could live, right? So
Mhm.
coming to my house was like, I want to say it was like a refuge. It was someplace where nothing bad was going to happen to you, and you was going to be safe, and as long as we could keep you safe. But every place wasn't like that, and every home, you know um every foster home wasn't like that. My mother had friends in the foster care network, and the way the other foster kids lived was way different than the kids in our home. They were our kids were treated like us, right? They was just one in the family. But in other homes, they was given milk that was made out of powder. Like if you listen to their stories or you visited it, you would see the disparity. So at the end of the day, JT, I think you have a unique story, and that's why I had asked you for it. I just didn't understand why a person, there has to be a reason why you are underrated darkness. But every time I see you, I
I
always
explain if you want.
yeah, I always see light when I engage with you. So I never really see the darkness. But I have seen dark moments because you've had some family members that did pass away, and I remember seeing some dark times with you, and I was like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, and then after that, right after picture there, you go, you lost your mother, right? End of August. I had to go back home because at the time I was going through lifetime experience too. At that time, then less than a month and a half later, my late second oldest brother called. This when I was in the library. I was in the library. Never forget, November 8th, believe 10:42. He said, "Bro, where you at?" I said, "I'm going to the library, do my live. 11 o'clock. Get ready. You need to sit down." No, I don't want to sit down. I think I sat down enough. Yeah, I think you need to. Man, I ain't trying to hit, bro. I'm not trying to be your boy. Just sit down. Lamar had passed. Nah, I just talked to him last night. I want people to understand, right? My brother's Down syndrome, right? Certain things he was going through, I was going through. That was my little man. I mean, I can say no little man. That was my,
Your buddy.
and so my life had flashed And I still did my life that because I feel like this that I gotta reach to somebody. And so I lost him. That's 2019. I lost Muhammad's the one. Sometimes you see I lost him. That's 2020. That was my right hand man. That was my brother. I
Yeah.
lost him April 24th, 2020. Right? Then the one hurt though, too. I lost my older brother. I mean, my second oldest brother, 2021. The advocate. Ever since I was little, he advocate for me. That hurt because I at the time I was with my family, I didn't want to be because they was on some you know going retarded. Oh, he just not yeah. Do I remember that, and so when that's gone, my niece called me like, Uncle Jay, you up? I say I'm up. I forgot to tell you. Not forget, but say I didn't want to let you sleep. But we lost daddy. I'm like, what? But I heard it because he was an advocate for me. He was one ever since I was very little. That stigma called retarded, all this stuff. You know what I mean? It stayed, so he was there. So I would like Sister Mark. I went through dark times and everything, but at the same time, when I learned from the Black Panther and I learned from the other elders, you learn from them, you gain strength. I know it sounds crazy, but I always pride myself. But also, I forgot about. I thought. Let me go back to. I was in '77. I got raped by an older woman
Take me
when I was
away.
11. When I was 11, right? Now, all along, I was going. My parents knew about it and everything. Over, they fought for it and everything, but there was no justice. So when justice was not served, I took upon myself what it is, what it is. Then I got to help other people. I always pride myself, breaking cycle. That's how I learned to break cycle. So I had to break my cycle to help others. So that was it with that and everything. That's why I go. That's what with certain things, I go hard. Like, I be saying like this. I say, yeah, y'all talking about all this shit. What about these women raping women? Getting away with murder. Why don't talk about that? I witnessed it. But I talk about that. I guess black woman. I come from a black woman. What you talking about? Half of the black women on my mother's side are women. Feminine. What you talking about? But it got older, I got calm. That's how some people think about, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what I've been through. So
I
that's why
know. No, I don't know what you've been through. I've heard some things, and I appreciate you sharing them. Um, I did. I've met since I've been on this free app. I met some different type of women that I didn't even know existed. Um, I've learned that I've learned to listen to other people's hostility, anger, and really process it before I internalize it and try to tell people the way I see things. I really try to look
Mhm.
at it from the other person's perspective because I realize that this is all based on experience. It's easy to tell somebody how something should, could, would
Yeah.
be, but if you don't really know what they've been through, you can't really speak to it or denounce it as much.
Right.
This environment, people just love to argue. So it's a skill if you want to argue with folks. I just I'm just living in my little sector where I'm saying I got more days behind me than I have ahead of me, so I don't plan on using that time wasting it on stuff I can't correct.
Are you willing to take questions from the?
Sure, we could take questions. We didn't
Okay,
have to
cool.
be us up here. I'm cool.
All right, cool. All right, put the questions in the chat. Let me say this. Let me say that if I feel the question's not suitable, I'm not gonna answer it. Now that is gonna be up to Monica. I'm just letting you know right now. So put your questions in the chat right now. I usually give like I'm gonna give you 10, 15 minutes. No, I'm not gonna do that. Put your questions in right now. While she asks me, because I feel like she will ask me another question because I feel it in the back of my neck and everything. I want to
No,
just
you
ask
can't
you.
be feeling that on the back of your neck. I was gonna ask you what teams you got for this year, because last year we was doing the damn thing.
I know, right? It's Boston, and what
I was
happened?
everywhere. I was like, yo, New York is on a mission. We got the Knicks over here. We got this going on over there. Man, listen, they had the people playing hockey was doing good. They had the
Good.
people.
Both
Man,
the Islanders and the Rangers was in the playoffs.
it was
New
crazy.
York Liberty won the championship. So that's what I'm talking about. Bring it back, and then all of a sudden, this goddamn fucking football team, fucking Jets. God. Oh God. But we New York.
Yeah.
I got.
My daughter is what is that guy? Somebody Boo fan. She done went and got a jersey for him, and then he went and cracked up his knee or whatever, broke his leg, his foot,
Ooh.
twisted it up. Scatterboo.
Oh, the
It's
Giants.
the Giants. Yeah. Scatterboo took a hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Giants played that. Matter of fact, I don't know if they won or not. I know there was a close. They played close with Green Bay. I don't know if they won or not.
I don't know. I don't have them on my app. I only have the Knicks on my app, like just giving me the stats. But I'm gonna try to calm down this year or whatever. I'm gonna try to calm down. I can't get into the Nets though. I don't know why I can't.
I can't. I mean, I'm from Brooklyn. They said why you can't get.
Cause
Listen,
they ain't from Brooklyn. They from Jersey. That's why.
yeah. They only. I said they only been in Brooklyn like a little less than a little less. A little more than a decade and a half. Like yo, I'm in New
They've been
York.
there
I'm
like
living.
5 years, right? They've been there about 5 years. I mean, did all these photos that you got that you put up, right, of New York? Were you here recently?
Yes.
Oh, because I was like, those look like some pretty recent photos of some of the areas
Hmm?
that look, pretty recent.
Yeah, and also I took some and put it on TikTok.
Oh, I wish I would have known that you was in town.
But I thought that you left. You wasn't there no more.
Man, I'm a New Yorker. Listen, I could be in New York or New Jersey, so I'm in either spot. It's the
Okay.
same thing. But
Same
I
thing.
was up in Harlem. I will never repeat that experience. You can never get me to live in Manhattan again. But I think I lived in Manhattan during the worst time because I was up there during COVID.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get to see none of the good stuff of what Manhattan had to offer. But I mean, if I go back to Brooklyn, I probably go to downtown Brooklyn because you got to be like where the activity is at.
Yeah, Harlem is getting. She said, yeah. She said Harlem is getting gentrified. Yeah.
It's
So,
it's not so much you couldn't all right, you couldn't find anything to eat. And like I was like, I'm up here in the heat of Harlem, in the heat of COVID, and I can't find nothing to eat. I can't get man, listen, I can't get no Southern food. I can't find no good Jamaican food. Like I can't find no Spanish food. The Spanish food I could find because I got to go down to like 116th, right? But
right.
everything up there where I was at, it was crazy. It was not a good time to be in Harlem, and it was ridiculous. I'm gonna tell everybody, ice cream was $10 and $12. Like Haagen-Dazs ice cream in that little pint was $10. I was like, I gotta get out of here for real, for real.
$10
It was $10 for a pint of
a
ice
pint?
cream. A pint. Haagen-Dazs.
Right.
So forget trying to get the other kind of ice cream, Magnum or any of those other ones. It was just, I was like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And I had my car vandalized so many times because of the protesters for the what was that guy's name? The one that they choked to death, stood on his neck, George Floyd. So
Floyd.
those protests was off the chain. But when they came through, they've damaged people's vehicles and stuff on the street. You know, it was like Harlem, I couldn't find parking. So I never repeat the Harlem experience. If they can have it. And I was right there by the polo grounds, but I never saw nothing popping off that I would have been like, oh, let me go over there to the polo grounds. I heard about it.
Yeah, that's cool. So so tell us about the what it's like to be in South Jamaica, Queens when you was coming up. I'm talking about the community and stuff like that.
Oh, which phase of it? So as a teenager coming up, right? I can't do any justice to any of the stories, right? So when they talk about like the big drug wars and all that other stuff, I I was living it. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I'll tell you about the rap music coming up in that era was amazing because we had the parties in the park and stuff like that, and sneaking out to go do those things, and you know, just being like mischievous but not whorish, just mischievous, you know, just wanting to be in the middle of everything, and stuff like that. Then you know it had its moments. That crack cocaine took out a lot of people's parents. It was a lot of people, you know, suffering in that moment. Then there was a lot of big dudes coming up, right? There was always people with money around, like, you know, you could get caught up doing things that you really wouldn't do, but you would do.
Wow. Questions, family. Ask Monica questions. Put your questions in the chat. And so, another, I forgot what question I asked. Now,
125th Street. So I was down there. Uh, yeah, I mean, do they still have the Apollo? Because the Apollo was carved out. I got a couple videos when I walked the streets of 125th. It was undergoing something during the time I was there. They put a few restaurants in there, but the Apollo's being renovated. Yeah. So somebody told me 12, you up there. Is there a street? What we was looking for? Martin Luther King. Is there a Martin Luther King? Because we was talking about how Martin Luther King Boulevard, right? It runs through a lot of Black communities in neighborhoods, right? But it's always like the worst block you could live on, Martin Luther King Boulevard. Even like in Jersey, wherever they have a Martin Luther King, if you go to Newark, it's like it's the worst block you could be on. If you go into Irvington, worst block you could be on. Like, it's like, man, y'all ain't doing Martin Luther King any justice.
Irvington. Wow.
Yes, sir.
I've been out to Irvington.
Yo, let me tell you something. The other day I was doing this Tupac. I was going down this Tupac world, and I didn't realize that Tupac teamed up with some rap group that was out in Jersey. I can't think of their names, but he was there. I didn't, whoever that rap group he was with, they were all from Jersey. So the buildings that they grew up in is all abandoned property right now. Um, but it still looks like it has the remnants of the projects. Like you just be like, dag. But it's all empty and abandoned. Hopefully one day they'll fix it up. Yeah, but just remember, I come from Queens, but I lived in I be between the two places because I work in Jersey. So
Okay, so the next time I come, I'm gonna reach out to you. So y'all might see me when the video is remind that jacket is hot, right, yo? That jacket.
yo, when I wear the jacket, and I bought this jacket. You know what? I bought this jacket in Jersey. I got it at one of the it was like a thrift shop.
What?
Yeah. She was like, I was like, oh, you don't know what you got there, lady. I want that. She was like, you can have it. Give me a price.
What?
Give me a price. I was like, ooh.
You know it's hard to get. I'm trying to get that jacket. You always said we don't have it at your side. Man, you have it on my gut. Oh, I want that. Oh my
I don't know. I haven't seen it for sale, but I could just imagine what it actually is going for.
God. And that's a throwaway. I mean that what's that? That's all. That's the
This is from when they did it in the 90s. Cause it's got all the things from back in those days.
my
So
God.
when I got it from like yeah, so I you know what? I I got it in Jersey, but it might have been at an estate sale or something like that. Cause
Oh, no.
I'm always looking for bargains.
No,
No,
man.
not Tone Malone. Oh
Home
wow, you
alone in
got
the
all the
building.
oldies over here in your
Yeah,
world.
right. That's my day one too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The family coming through. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. See how she named the day one. She's a day one's my part of my family. But another you can ask me questions now, Monica. Also paralegal. How
What
you
up?
got it?
How I got into paralegal. I said I always liked law, but there came a time when I just was like, I done did all the stuff inside of the advocating in the school system as my kids were going through the public school system, trying to make sure that my special needs child got everything he was supposed to get. I took the board of ed to hearing several times and won some big moments on them. And that pump in your chest, that like, oh, I could be a lawyer type stuff. Um, you go ahead, you go moving forward. And then my son found himself in a serious problem, and he had attorneys, and I didn't feel like they was doing all the work they should have been doing. I went and took up the paralegal course, and then I demanded to see some files now from the perspective of being a paralegal. Um, and then giving them my 5 cents as to how they should contest things and sort through things, and just how to present his case better. So, and then I work in an environment where if you want to be if I wanted to move around and do different things, it was best to be in that paralegal world. So, if I work in finance, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm paralegal in that world. Um, what it provided for me was an opportunity to do a lot of things freelance and to be a consultant for a minute. So I was able to work some jobs as a consultant and pick my own hours and stuff like that before I settled back down into finance. And now I just sit there and I do, all this stuff is out here with the bitcoins, and It's a different world. I wish I had taken up in school more finance type. I wish I would have specialized in finance a little bit, something, something, because I never knew that the market was such a big deal. And that's it. But you could be a paralegal anywhere doing anything. You just have to find your niche, and mine is in baking. Um, there's criminal paralegals, and there's I don't, you know, I got a modest life in this world. All I'm actually really doing is just submitting papers or taking things. It's a pretty modest life. Um, it is what it is. It's not anything big. It's not like when I cover court cases here on the YouTube, I feel more drawn to them. I want to argue from the perspective of being like a counselor or something, or taking
Yeah,
on some ESQ stuff. Um but it's a different world. You don't have to do all of that in finance. I mean, it is what it is. My biggest things when I work, in my what I'm gonna call it, in my professional life, it be maybe cases or challenges that come up from employees. You know, I'm I'm being treated this way, harassment, something like that. It'd be something along those lines, but not anything too big comes through the doors.
that's cool. That's cool. People ask questions. Ask questions. So let me now I noticed that on your channel you do book reviews. How did that happen?
It's how it was supposed to happen. That was how the channel was first born. So if you don't know, I started my channel after coming here and following the story about the girl who died in the freezer in Chicago.
Right.
So we formulate the community called the Kanika community, right? They have named themselves letters, numbers, and initials, but technically it's the Kanika community. And from there, I was like, wow, these people love to talk about stuff, right? But they don't got the same information, right? Everybody comes in from their different perspective, opining on stuff, arguing about stuff, but they don't got the meats and potatoes. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna start this book club, and we're gonna read a
Mhm.
book, and then we'll all come and discuss the book, right? And then the thing that happened is they never read the book. There was nothing to discuss, and before I knew it, I was either the topic or I was arguing with somebody about some topics that had nothing to do with nothing, or about lifestyles that had nothing to do with anything, nothing that was going to be tangible or mean anything, or that you could look back years later and be like, oh, this is what I did. So it's like nothing. But it started out as being a book club. I'm always open to read a book with anybody if you got a book.
So let me ask you this question, right? Is it safe to say that I remember Kanisha Jenkins? Is it safe to say that you kind of started that movement?
Who?
You.
No, no, it's safe to say that YouTube was evolving at the time that young lady passed away. And it was moving from a platform that had only uploads to a
Right.
platform of live streaming. And we were breaking through in the live streaming community. So the Kanika community was prevalent, and they were the leaders of running live streams at that time, because most of YouTube content creators were coming from an upload position. They upload a video, talk about it, or whatever. We weren't uploading. We was just up here showing the stuff, and you know, they were making assumptions as to what happened. There were different groups in the Kanika community. There was some that went after the activists. And then the group I was in, we were more focused on the justice for her and trying to figure out if there were going to be arrests or what have you. And then one day that just imploded, and the people that were reporting on her started to turn on each other, and I watched that evolve. And I myself, Monica Mo Justice, I was walking around here being like the disclaimer lady. I was going on platforms and like just reading the disclaimer, or
Yeah.
just trying to help people keep their channels if they got a strike. Then I'd be like, oh, let's
Mm-hmm.
write an appeal for it. So those are the things that I was doing at that time.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a compliment, and you don't have to like it. And I'm gonna say it anyway because I know. I'm talking about the justice part. I think for Kanisa Jenkins, you was the one started from the justice part for the legal part. Now you could say no if you want, but I know what I know. Is it
The
safe to say
thing
that?
that frustrated me about the Kanika case was how she was depicted on the streaming platforms, right?
Right.
It was like, oh, she was a fast young lady. She was they was doing things they shouldn't have been doing, when all along the bottom line was the girl code, the woman code, in my opinion, had been broken. When do you go to the bathroom or anywhere when you out with your girlfriends and you leave a girlfriend behind? Like, it was just some stuff that occurred during that period of time that I just didn't think women were built like that. And apparently there was an age of women who raised a group of women to do certain things. And now we're seeing throughout the years which different age groups are just they're not their sister's keeper. And I learned, and I've had to come to terms with the way I think women should behave is not the way women behave. And I came up here thinking I was justified to try to tell other women what they was doing out of pocket. Listen, trifling hoes want to be trifling hoes. You're not gonna be able to change them, right? You can't make a hoe into a
Ooh.
house. And at the end of the day, she don't
Ooh.
want to hear anything that you gotta say if it's gonna disparage her. And then they come from a position of, I'm gonna take what you say, Mo, and use it against you. Like, if you say you found true love, real love, I'm gonna tell you that was nothing. You was a side hoe. You was this. You was that. So then they're gonna create for me who I ain't. So I just had enough of these people.
Well, you know what, Manga? I'm gonna put devil advocate. You better be. You're a woman. You supposed to understand what's going on. Why are you saying stuff like that? That's not right. You know how these men be going after. Why? What did you? What you would say about that?
You cannot play devil's advocate to women who have no self-respect. If you don't have respect for yourself, how you gonna demand somebody respect you? And at some point in time, you really can't teach that to another woman either. There's some things that your mama just should have taught you, and there's some things that you just get.
What's
You know,
up, brother McClain?
I mean, I'm not trying to be like rude, but there's just some things that if you didn't have good some people blame it and say, I didn't have a daddy. Well, I'm sorry. I had both of those. I had a mama and I had a daddy. And so maybe I know I was fortunate, but I don't share in the same hatred for the males, for the black man, that some people out here share. But I do believe he can do you dirty, but it's only how dirty you can get done. Like, it's just crazy.
I mean,
That question I
uh,
asked about Sandra Bland. Oh, well, Sandra Bland was a whole nother,
yeah.
that was a whole nother
Thank you, brother
belly of
McClain.
the beast that came out, because
Okay,
as
no
in
problem, no problem.
Kanika, I could see myself as being Sandra Bland also, right? um in these tragedies, but the Sandra Bland tragedy to me starts with her family. I mean, here you have a woman who is arrested by the police, right? Now, maybe this is my hood nut. This is my hood side of me. This is my South Side Jamaica Queens coming out of me, right? First thing we learn, a man gets arrested. Anybody gets incarcerated in the hood, everybody's putting their monies together to get the person out. If a bail comes on there, somebody say, yo, they got $500 on so-and-so's head. If it's only the difference between $500 and being free, we finding $500 to get you out of there, okay? We deal with all the rest of the stuff afterwards. So her family just left her there. Then she ends up being executed because they want us to believe she hung herself or whatever it was, that she took her own life, but she ends up being executed by them. And then the family makes this documentary, gets all this money. I'm just like, I'm so over them. I'm just so over them. Yeah, we got the bail money. We getting our peoples out. We leave no man behind. You don't know how many times I was in the hood and somebody will be like, yo, so-and-so got knocked and they need 1,200. I'll be like, yo, where my 100? Where my 50? Here's my 25. This is what I got. Like, all I know. Like, I don't even like the person. They be like, it be so, I don't give a fuck. Here we go. You understand? It's the same reason, like, I have this theory about being jumped, right? Being inside a neighborhood. I live in Southside. I live in 40s. You come from out 40 and you jump somebody in here, I'm fighting with them. I don't even like them. I don't like their mama. I don't like their big stupid family that's in the 40s, whatever. But if you came in there and jumped them, I'm fighting too. Because my protection is within those four corners, those four streets. Those 4 blocks, every building. When the minute I hit the P's, I feel safe. I don't have to worry about anything bad happening to me because everybody in there, we all in the same situation. They're going, it's just a survival. Now, in the same essence, we could be scrapping with each other. I could fight the girl in the building next door, whatever, like whatever's going down. But let somebody come that don't live inside those 4 blocks come and start some when you better know how that goes down. And but that's how I was born and raised. So I come into the hood of YouTube and I came with them same theories. I was like, yo, these people down with me, somebody mess with them, I'm ready to take them out. Yeah, bye. Y'all on your own now. But it's something that you just had to learn. You can't, everything doesn't transfer over.
Gotcha. I got you.
And that's it.
Now,
and every man up here is not the same either. Like I heard you yesterday when you was explaining about the special guys. The ones that they just do something so they see things differently. The other thing on this internet that I found interesting was the Christians. So I've had to battle with them. I've had to battle with the fake prophets or the people that believe that their Jesus told them something that the one that I knew about never even. I don't think he didn't come down here for all of that. They have just different expectations. So I found it interesting when you said you grew up Jehovah Witness. Maybe it's just that Jehovah Witness thing.
I mean, listen. This is how I feel, right? Me and Mark, we talk like this for a minute. So she know. Listen, my thing is that if you're gonna be a Christian, be a real Christian. You cannot be a Christian. You get on your knees. You cannot be a Christian that you go contrary of your sexes. You say you're not a Christian. You cannot be a Christian. You give a sermon, but you banging out a married person. But you call yourself a Christian. I'm holy, but you having sex with somebody else, but you got no telling that they unholy. That is not your calling. Now I got a big problem with that. You come down there. Now people say, oh, they also do. You can drink in moderation, whatever it is and everything. But you just cannot come in there and you want to give a sermon, but you around the corner, but you probably smoking an 8-ball, sniffing up crack, licking backsides. Come on. No. I can't do that. And I'm not going to respect you that way. People like, I ain't going to come to your channel. All right. So that means you want to lick the brown. You want to lick that brown stuff. So you going to lick the brown stuff. See, this is what I'm saying. When it comes to right or wrong, there's no middle. Well, you just know. Well, I'll just be that then. But you listen, I stand on whatever I said, I stand on it. If I made a mistake, I made a mistake. But I stand on what I'm saying.
You think the hypocrisy in the pulpit starts in the bedroom? See, for me, the problem I have with the Christian theories of today is the interpretation of scripture. It starts with the manipulation of the scripture or the misinterpretation of the scripture that leads to all of the other things that happen. Like, people ask you, are you a believer? And I could say, yes, I am a believer. But the question is, what do you believe in?
But see, right. But see, Monica, this one, right. I get what you're saying, but this is what I'm saying. You heard me say they take certain scriptures, you make your own anticipation, right? Make your own belief on it, and you know what the scriptures say. You know what it really say. But see, you bring it to people that don't do their own investigation of reading the scriptures, what it really means. But you go, but that's what I'm saying. No, I mean, like, nah. There's a brother like a few years ago. He was like, yeah, down where I live at Newport News, Virginia. I know he's a fun boy. I know he's a broken hand boy. I know he is. I said, so how you could tell me I ain't real what you deal with broken hands and you married to a woman, and then you married to a woman, right? That like waterfalls. I'm talking in code. She like little waterfall. So how you could preach that? No, you could preach that. No, don't come that to me, because there are people who need to be saved. But you saved? Nah, I'm not. No, I'm not signing up for it. You like waterfalls? You like waterfalls? I'm saying. You know what the scriptures say, and then y'all want to make God loves me. So you do. So you. I gotta be careful. Let me talk in code. So that means that. So that means that they like dunking Hans from behind. That's what you're saying, right?
Dunking Hans from behind. No, what I'm saying is that I've come to terms now that there is the Christian who is a believer, and then there is the person out here who has taken up a pulpit because they want to make the money from it. They want whatever the benefits are. They're not like I listened to you guys yesterday, and I was saying the reason why politics and religion are separate, right? They're separate for a reason, because they don't mix. You can't serve two magistrates. And sometimes in the political world, you're serving different. You're serving people that you're obligated to serve people that you wouldn't want to serve because that's the job at hand. But in Christianity, right? You are supposed to be witnessing what the word is to persuade people to follow it accordingly. But you don't find that many people out here because they don't either believe it themselves, live it themselves, right? Because they're breaking rules left and right with it. So it's hard to convince somebody else or persuade somebody else that this is the way to go when you yourself don't even buy into it.
But right, but understand, right? You absolutely right. Go more your point. That's why they rolls always dirty. They don't clean their roll. That part of the Bible talk about cleansiness. They don't cleanse their rolls.
But
They don't cleanse their bodies.
it started with the misinterpreting of the word. So like I've been here, especially on this internet. I remember hearing people just throwing scriptures out, right? Throwing scriptures out. Oh, this means this. This means that. I had to run and get me a teaching Bible. And I came through one day. I said, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Well, y'all, I got me a teaching Bible right now. And every time y'all hit me with one of them
So
scriptures,
thanks for coming, sweet. Yeah.
hi, I tell them I got the teaching Bible because now I'm going to tell you what that actually stands for and what that actually means. Because I knew some things, but I didn't know all the things. And I was getting tired of being, because I can't argue or I can't make an argument and stand on it if I don't have any foundation. So I had to so now I'm not intimidated. I whip that book out in a minute and put it up here, be like, all right, let's go. Give me your verse. I'm ready to go. And I don't get those challenges anymore because people understand they can't manipulate the word. And that's part of the beginning of the process is you got to know what you're preaching. And at the end of the day, right? If your religion said that you're not supposed to have sex with the same person, right? Ain't nobody can come down to you and say, hey, but now you need to marry the same people. You'd have to divide and say, listen, I'm not going to accept these things. This is why when they look at the political stance we're in and they don't understand why it's such diversity right now, right? Why so many people voted for Trump? Why so many people went the way they went? Nobody wants to be in a swimming competition and you a woman and you swimming against a she over there. Like it's just like, or you a woman and you're using the bathroom and you're using the bathroom with a he she, right? I'm not against you converting. I'm happy that you want to convert, but we need to find a place for you in that. You can't transfer your identity and say I went from him to her and I'm now going to be she, right? There's a name for that. And you need to identify it. They tell you in that good book, that Bible they're talking about, that Adam was running around here naming everything by giving everything its name, right? Everything had a name. She, he's, and he, she's, y'all have a name. Claim it, identify it so that the rest of us know what it is. I should accept you for what you want to do, right? I should be accepting of it. But there should be some boundaries so I know what it is. I can clearly identify it. When you see me coming, you are under no circumstances going to believe I'm anything other than a woman. I want to be clear on that site with everybody else. When I see them coming, I don't want to have to wait to hear your voice to say, "Oh yeah, that's not her." No, that's oh, I'm sorry. I got you wrong. I don't want to get into the bathroom in a public space and I only realize that I'm in there with a he because he keeps peeing standing up. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to be able to go into your space and do your business in a space that's appropriate for you. When they made that change, they made a name for it.
I said, look, let me explain. I know what talking to the mic is. And the mic I'm talking about, it doesn't ooze out. I'm just letting you know right now. So when y'all talk, when I talk to, I'm talking in codes now. So when any man doing my y'all be talking to the mic very well. That's why y'all be moving up. Y'all, you know, and the stuff be slipping out and everything. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And some of your women, y'all, oh, I don't like that. And then y'all go to water floors, and you know, and you like the Niagara Falls and everything, and you like the fall, you know, like the falling forms and stuff like that. And then y'all, but y'all say y'all believe in God. But at the same time, you try to enforce it. They say that is the gospel. Nah,
No, it's
nah,
not
no.
enforcing it. It's not that they tried to enforce it. It's that they tried to browbeat it down people for acceptance. And because they tried to browbeat it into acceptance, you've got such a resistance out here that right now, you know, with the shutdown, we have people talking about they're going to be hungry. They not going to be able to eat, right? And I challenge folks. I said, where are the hungry people? I didn't meet any of the hungry people that they kept saying was out here. Who is the other disenfranchised? We didn't see that. The only reason why they went back and opened up that opened the government back up is because they started messing with the airlines.
Yeah.
And them people couldn't go about their everyday life as if nothing happened. They started to feel like something happened, and they don't want people to feel like something happened. Those are the things, you know, those are the different those are the different things. They talk about not being a respecter of persons. We are in that time when we're dealing with people that are not a respecter of persons.
That's true. Yeah.
Black people was eating, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they was gonna be eating for Thanksgiving too. They was gonna be eating for Thanksgiving too. There was not a I just didn't know who wasn't eating. And I was waiting to see that face of whoever that person was, but they never showed us who that was because I don't think that was a real issue. But when they started messing around with the airline, I always thought that it would be over by Thanksgiving anyway because of the airlines. And I just thought that those people would walk out on Thanksgiving and not go to work at all, and they would have a problem. So when they do their next big shutdown, they're gonna make sure that they find a way to secure those whatever they felt made them have to come out of the shutdown, they are going to fix that now. So when we get to January, the next shutdown is gonna last a hell of a lot longer than the first one did.
I respect that. And you know, Manga, I want you to come back to the channel, right? And I want us to talk about that on the financial part. Because a lot of people fail to understand about that. You know, I
About
want you
what?
to when 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 you just said when the shutdown will happen again. I want you to come
Oh,
back here
okay.
because I think the financial part people fail to understand that the significant part. Welcome, brother Alonzo. Welcome, brother McLean. Better know brother Bronx Biggs.
I think they can't pass a bill not to pay themselves. I think that there's something we was talking about that in the office about they can't they're not paid through the same channels that the government workers are paid from. That's why they can continue to get paid during the shutdown. But the question becomes, why were they paid when they wasn't even in Washington? Like,
Yes, a lot. Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? Like, why was
Yeah.
there the house was still paid and they wasn't even working? But don't think for a minute that those folks wasn't working. Um, they have been planning this forever. I didn't read whatever that plan was, what they keep talking about, the 2025. I didn't read it. So I can't see this, but people that read it said all of this stuff is included, is in there. It's, like this plan is in there. So
Well, I'm just saying, long as I have my sandwich, long as I have my sandwiches and some food to cook, put up. Sometimes I know some people don't like to eat leftovers and stuff. It's all about surviving. Gotta know how to survive out here. No, you might throw it up. Instead of your parents, you give your kids say some money to get buy them food. You might have to fix it, and you gotta make it do. Snacks.
okay, we'll come back and talk about it because I also want to talk about New York politics because this New Year is gonna be funny.
Yeah, yeah. I know you got a new mayor now. We was talking about that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes. And full disclosure, I voted for the old governor. So just so y'all know, I went in for the old governor, and my Riri self, I every other, like, I really did my ballot. I really did it dirty this year when I went in and
That's
voted.
all.
But I voted for him. But you could hardly find him on the that was it was such a so knowing he was gonna lose, I still voted for him out of principle. Because I think it would have just been a better vote not to even go and vote, but I voted for him just out of principle. But because he went out like it's the most disrespectful way to go out ever after having put so much time into a system. And that was, that was just it. But this new guy that they elected, this is going to be an interesting turn of affairs for folks, and we'll see how New York fair weathers with it. Like, there is a new population living there. He represents the new population that lives there.
Yeah. Um.
It was nice coming through.
Thank you,
Um,
Monica.
thank you for having me. Now you got your chop it up moment
Yeah,
at the round table.
yeah, I got mine. Yeah.
We got to do it on Nick style.
Next time, that's right. You never gonna see nothing like this, YouTube. Never. You ain't gonna see no doggone. Man, that's all right.
I want to
But
thank everybody in the chat for being cordial
thank
to me,
y'all so much. Yeah,
and
thank you
it's
so
nice
much.
to meet some of the old folks again. Nice to see you still out there, and some new folks. So,
So
thank
it's
you for
safe to
having me.
Monica, it's safe to say that you be coming here. I know you're busy a little often.
I visit, but you know what happens? I don't always write in the chat because I find it. This is just a pet peeve of mine, right? I listen to a lot of stuff when I'm driving, but I
Oh,
hate when I have to be like, I'm driving. I be like, nobody asked that person what they was doing. If you can't fully participate, why are you here? Bye. Go. Like, I
right.
be so mad when I hear them. They be like, I'm listening, but I'm driving. I'm listening. I'll be like, just listen and don't make your appearance known. So sometimes I be here, but I just be like, I'll be like, what is that about? Like, what are they doing?
Right.
Like, are they trying to avoid speaking to the people? So you're gonna just come in and then be like, and then on top of it, so now this person that's supposed to be driving while they're listening, right? They only type in the stuff that they want to talk.
Right.
Like, oh, that's a good point. point. Let me just go in here. Remember, I'm driving. I'm like, what is wrong with them? So I'll just keep that in mind. But I be here sometimes, believe it or not.
Okay. Before you get out of here, let me say this though. I gotta say this that she's one of the few sisters that I roll with. She one beside. She one of the few sisters that yeah. Margamo Justice. If I hear that, yeah, problem. You coming through? Don't get it twisted. I protects my family. She laugh because she know what I'm talking about. I protects my family. The unrated one family, I protects mine. So I'm just letting you know right now, I'm still around. Don't get it twisted, man or woman. Don't get it. Anybody part of my family, they know in the chat. You touch minds, you're going to lose. Get it twisted. Don't let this fool you. I still got BK in me. I will get up in you with no question asked. I'm just trying to be in the righteous part, but don't let that don't let this fool you. See the background? That's home base right there. Don't get it twisted. I still got. I'm just saying. I twig you out, man or woman. Don't you will lose. So let's learn to get to know each other. And instead of the president, I call him. We got to deal with Orange Crush 47, and that's what I call him. I call him Crush. I call him really Orange Crush 45.
Leave the man alone. Leave 47 alone because you don't want to get stuck with 48 because 47 chokes. And you know, you want 47 to stay there. Because if we get stuck with the VP, like
he's worse.
All we need this dude to do is do his 4 years and get out. What's gonna be funny is when he tries to steal 4 more years, but we'll worry about that thief when in later on in the life.
We'll talk. Yeah. I mean, we don't call him Armor Crust Baby Finster. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm talking.
I that's why I don't really like. I don't take the time to really point out all the things that are wrong with 47, well, 45/47, because I mean, it was the same stuff wrong with him when he was 45, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day,
thank you, brother.
If you don't want 48, the last thing you need to do is really be picking on 47. You just gotta he want to shut down the government. He want to pay us to stay home again for 4 years that he's in office. We'll take that. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's used to shutting stuff down, have us in lockdown,
right?
Crazy martial law type stuff. Like everybody's ready for. Actually, I think people remember back that time and they want to go backwards, kind of, sort of. So he could come in here and do something on that night in that realm. We'll be all right with it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Anyway, I see you. I gotta go pick up my daughter. I see you.
And tell your daughter say hi for me.
I will.
Thank you. And
again,
I love that jacket.
Everybody.
God damn, I love that jacket. God,
Laters.
All right, peace, my. Thank you, sis. That's it for that and everything. Everybody that I ain't see, Miss National, I ain't see you in a minute. Thanks for coming. Please come back. My brother right here, Brother McLean, aka Brother Bronx, Brother Bronx Biggs in the building. Please go support his channel. Tom Malone in the building. That's from day one. Oh yeah, let me say this though. I'm glad you're here, but I want to get up with you because I'm trying to knock out underrated Boston Talk number 99 and 100. And what the brother that he gonna do after we do that, he gonna pick out some. I want y'all to pick out some with your best lives that I did 100, and then you might have to go to my other channel, my secondary channel for that. But that's gonna be down the line though. But reach out. And also sometimes he has me to do old school boxing on his channel. Or sometimes some days are 601, 605. I mean, I'm sorry. So I want you to go check out. And also he do morning chop-ups. Very inspirational. I want you to go check that out. Don't worry about me. I'm right. I come here, you know, I come YouTube, but I'm on the top on TikTok. You know, they told me love. You know what I mean? So, but I'll be putting stuff on here. Don't worry about that. But I'm gonna going to get into underrated boxing talk. We got some stuff coming and stuff like that. And y'all just gotta be there. So I'm gonna reach out to some people on that. Tom Malone, as always, brother, Alonzo Hall, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's a compliment you gave. Let me go. Little sister Latrice McGee, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate that. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Haven't seen you in a while. The one and only 12 vows in the building. Thanks for coming, sis, as always. Thanks for coming. Now, I was going to name anybody, but I would do that. You know what I mean? You know, I got Sister Nationally. I don't want to miss anybody. Don't want to miss anybody. Go down the line. I'm on the road again. Oh, Sister Coleman. Sister Coleman, thanks for coming. Brother VA Boogie, the activist, thanks for coming. Brother Jack Spade, thanks for coming. Brother Fisher, thanks for coming. Sister Foot Soldier, thanks for coming. I don't want to miss nobody. I don't want to miss nobody. Oh, Brother Ramp. Oh, that's Sister Coleman. Okay, Sister Coleman. Okay. That's it, right? Let's hold on. Oh, Miss Indy. Thank you. Thanks for coming, Miss Indy. And that's about it. On behalf of my just the last sister Margamo Justice. Chop it up with we meet darkness roundtable. Thank you so much. Great Sunday to y'all and everything. And I really appreciate. Oh yeah, Mrs. Sister Masona Knight. I'm sorry, Sister Masona Knight. Thanks for coming too. Thanks for coming too. And so on behalf of my channel, Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the #1 grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media. You better believe that. Subscribe, like my brother said, hit the share, subscribe. Let's put this in the algorithms. You know I be putting it down. You know I be giving you the truth. You know I be bringing flavor. Give me up. Dude, man, put some comments. After whoever finish loading up, put some comments on it. See how you like it. The other comments, the other stuff I did in the past. Put some comments on it. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all know, come on. Y'all know the rules? Told my son. You know the rules? Good night to everybody. This one is goes. Thank you, Margamo Justice. I want to go support the channel too. Support the channel too. Thank you, Margamo Justice. Margamo Justice. This one is Ghost. Peace.